Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Rosham Joe Paints. As always, my name is Joe and today I'm going to be looking at the Orruk Warclans Breaka-Boss on the Mirebrute Troggoth. That is a mouthful and I didn't even have to look at the box to remember it, so I'm going to take that as a win and start the episode. So here we are, the Orruk Warclans Breaka-Boss on Mirebrute Troggoth from my local store here. Looks pretty cool. This is actually, I like that they started doing this on some of them, or at least that I've recently seen on some of them. I don't know if they've been doing that forever. But they tell you the size of it. So let me grab, this is a Vindicator here who has been completed. And so you can kind of get the idea of how big this is going to be. Pretty cool. One of the gut spillas that has been completed again. And so you get an idea. It's about I don't know, 3 gut spillas tall. So it's a decent sized model. It's pretty big. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Pretty sure that most of the arms, this flesh and all that, I mean, basically everything that is flesh, which is him and the rider here, are going to be dry brushed likely. And then we got a lot of wood, so that's probably going to get some dry brush to bring out the texture. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let me open this up and see what it looks like. And I will, use overkill in using a scalpel here because it's not that thick of plastic. But, makes it look cool, right? I guess. Oh, and then I can't even grab the plastic. So, ooh. Watch out for the microphone there. Put that to the side. We no longer need that. And let us see what comes in this box. Nothing. Oh, God. All right. So what do we got? Hang on. We have to have a base in there. Where's the base? There it is. Oh, circle base. I figured it was going to be a long base based on the picture. But that's how depth works and whatnot. So you got a big base here. Looks like 3 contact points. So I'm guessing there will be 3... It's actually 1 printed sheet and folded over and thrown into the box. Interesting. So I'm going to break it apart right now. Here we got, looks like that's obviously the chest. That's obviously the back. And I was wondering if this is going to be separate because I do want to paint the rider and the Troggoth separate. So I was hoping that this is like a wooden tree that is has got like a pillow here, and it's strapped to the Troggoth, and he's sitting on top and riding, obviously. So I wonder how much of this we are going to be able to paint separately. But looking at the model itself, it's a good amount of detail as is normal. This is actually the rider right here, I think, without his face shield on. And you got his hand and his chain. And we'll move to this now. This is obviously that big scare shield that the Breaka-Boss, the Troggoth is wearing. Legs. And where are those contact points? Would have expected. Here you go. Got a little tiny one there, a little tiny one on that foot. And so, we'll figure that out as we go. So I did think there was 2. The only variant, let me leave this here for a second. The only variant was, I think, the head, like which head you're going to use. Yeah. So you got a head here, and then you got a head with like a strap around its face, like up against its nose. I'll probably end up using number 7 there because I like that look better than whatever the other one is. He's also got some bigger teeth on that number 7, so it looks pretty cool. So standard issue here shows you the pieces, where to glue them, all that fun stuff. This is an easy to build kit, so you should be able to put it together, but I'm going to, or just push fit it together. I will end up gluing parts of it likely. But yeah, overall looks pretty good. I mean, it's here's where we get to, I think that will be obviously one assembly, and then the rider, I wonder if it clamps around it or if I can clamp it together and push it down on top. We'll see. As I'm putting this together, I'll figure all that stuff out. So this as well, since this is part of his face, and this is his arm. That's going to be a tough one. It's something that's definitely going to go on after here, so maybe I would glue that there and let it hang precariously and break it off while I'm painting. Or maybe I will put the arm on him. Maybe I'll paint it all separate. I don't know. I got it. I'm going to put it together, dry brush it, take it off, and then figure it out as I go. I don't know. But overall, pretty cool. I mean, it does, like I said, it is. We'll put it together. We'll see how big it looks and what kind of sub-assemblies I can get going. Hopefully this will be a push fit onto there so I can paint a lot of the details under there. But let me start cutting the sprue off or sprue apart and we'll see what we got. So there we are, fully assembled, and it was a lot trickier than I thought was going to be. Let me show off the sub-assemblies real quick. We have the base with this little piece here, and then this guy. So yeah, not a whole lot you could do, at least without being willing to cut some stuff apart and having faith in yourself to be able to put it back together. The problem being a lot of this, like the under here, there's like a hook that holds the seat on, and the seat is actually sandwiched around that hook. Could cut that off and put it down, but in the same time, the chain for his arm, so his arm goes to here, and then his arm goes to this piece that is part of his ear and like horse blinder style. That had to be put on as well. So like the seat and this piece are one piece. Like it just there's a lot of it that I don't know. I think it would have made it really, really difficult to try and do with sub assemblies. Same thing with the arms. I was hoping that these would attach, or the weapons that is, hoping that these would attach lower, but they're part of the hand, and the hand slots into place in there. And yeah, so while it isn't easy to build, I disagree that it's easy to build. It's push to fit. What do they call it? They called it a easy to build. Now it's not that easy to build. It's not terrible, but a lot of the pieces, as you're pushing them in, just make sure that you're confident that that's exactly where it goes, because when you go to pull it out, you might break it off. I did end up breaking off. This shield actually has 4 holes, and on the legs, there's 2 pegs, and I accidentally cut one of those off. And but unfortunately, this shield makes up part of the torso, so there's actually a gap in here, so you can't keep that off and paint it separate. So yeah, it's gonna be it's going to look marvelous when it's done. I have full confidence in myself to mask all of the issues that I have with it. And it's a cool model in general. I do like the overall size of it. Let me peg it back onto there. And I will again grab, here is one of the, you can't really see that because it's not tall, or it's not, camera's at the wrong angle. Anyways, but you got, again, you got Vindicator versus this, obviously quite the size difference. And then, if he's standing around, again, pretty big difference. So I'm a fan of the size of the model. I just wasn't a fan of how hard it was for me. Somebody else is going to have really easy time and go, what is he even talking about? But yeah, no sub-assemblies, one giant piece. And yeah, at some point I will get to painting. I will probably stick rather close. This will be you know, roughly what the rider looks like when it's done. And set like the shield here will that'll end up being that. I do like that the eye here has those. It wasn't just a picture drawn with those separate paces. It actually looks like a bullseye almost, but I do like that. There's lots of little pieces. I almost broke this hanging piece off. I know there was a spike here that when I was holding the piece, I pretty much bent, but as you can see, a lot of the spikes are bent as well. So it's going to look just fine if it is bent out of place. It's not like these guys are refined and new anything. So yeah, so I guess that's it. And so if you like what you saw, whoa, like me dropping stuff, if you enjoy me dropping things, let me know. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I will put links to this guy whenever I get around to doing the painting of it, and it'll be the full versions and the short versions. And I guess with that, we'll see you on the next one.